we're making probably up there with one of my favorite sandwiches in the entire world. There's two kinds, croque monsieur and croque madame. We're going with the madame. And to start with, I need to make a bechamel sauce, the most basic cream sauce. And it is 2 tablespoons of butter in a hot pan here. This is what makes it super luscious. We're basically upscaling a ham and cheese. We just need to melt this. Now, Calder, can you start building, or have you, oh my goodness, you've already jumped right in.
I jumped the gun.
Not too much mustard.
Okay. A little bit of Dijon, some ham and cheese.
That's correct. So the butter, to that I add 1 tablespoon of flour. And this is the most basic kind of cream sauce. And you just want to whisk it together. Doesn't take long at all, just to get the raw flavor off the flour. All right, so once it gets mixed up and you have the raw flavor off there, simply just add milk, 1 cup of milk, and then I'll just whisk that right in. And how are you over there?
I'm waiting for the bechamel.
The bechamel is what has to happen next. So then I'll just stir this in. And it's kind of wild how quickly this thickens up. And that happens in no time. And just a little bit of salt, too.
Okay.
1/4 teaspoon of salt. So this right here is just starting to thicken up. And it's amazing, like, you'd think it was too much milk when we first started.
Yeah,
But
really.
if you start to see it bubbling on the side here, you can see how it really thickens up. And it does it fairly quickly. So you really have to be watching and making sure that you don't end up with wallpaper paste. So this is the thickness you want, see? This is exactly what you want. So we turn off the heat, and we have 1/2 cup of the Gruyere we'll put in here, but you want to make sure that the heat is turned off. And I'll just put it right here. Just dump it right in, and I can stop whisking now. Oops.
Okay.
And then a little bit of nutmeg. I have a nutmeg grater and a whole nutmeg, and I keep this in the cupboard because not too much, just a hint. That's beautiful.
No more?
No more. It is quite strong, but it gives the most wonderful flavor, especially with the Gruyere cheese. All right, so we just blend this until we have completely melted cheese. Oh, this is why this is just like pretty much perfectly sinful. All right, now I'm gonna put down some bechamel on the bread, and we're gonna spread it out a little bit. And oh, can you see how the cheese has started to melt? And then we just spread this out, and then on top of this,
more cheese.
More cheese.
Oh yeah.
And I am going to get the pan on over here, Calder, because we're going to get these cooking.
Okay.
Get this pan hot, get some butter going, and now we're going into what amounts to grilled cheese land. Okay. So let me just get a little bit more butter in here, and you can get these in the pan.
You say when?
I think that's fine.
When?
When.
Okay.
All right. And if we can maybe just put it down wherever you want. And I'm going to add just a little bit more butter, just for the heck of it, just so it gets nice and grilled. And we just basically spend time here making sure that one side of the bread is beautifully toasted, and then we switch it to the other side. All right, our croque madames are ready for the egg part of the sandwich. And they're beautifully browned on both sides, so here is the next step. Thank you,
And
Calder.
right now this is just a croque monsieur?
Yes, except for those frequently are like French toast.
Oh, because you dropped
Put the egg in the bread instead of on top.
The bread and the egg.
Yeah, so just put this down, please. And we have this beautiful bechamel sauce, and this is really going over the top now. So you take the sauce and you spread it on top of the beautifully golden, crunchy, oh my gosh, it smells amazing, don't you think?
It does smell really good.
So we have preheated our broiler, and Calder will take this to the broiler, and the idea here is, remember, this has some cheese in it, so we want it cheesy and bubbly, and while he's doing that, I will do the egg part. So if you want to put that in the broiler, but you have to stand there and watch it, Calder.
Well, I don't want it to burn.
You do not want it to burn, but you want it to be bubbly and a little bit golden. Now, the perfect fried egg, I've done this before. This technique comes from Calder's grandmother. Basically, what you do is you just have your pan, you get your butter in, and stir it around. I just wiped out my pan, because all I've been doing in there is little butter. And put your eggs in, crack them. Get one egg, and then the other. And the idea of why this is such an amazing technique is because, you know when you cook an egg and frequently the bottom's done before the top is done? And that is just, I don't know, it's not my favorite thing when you've got like goo on top. So what my mom does is she takes water in this very hot pan and she just pours some in. And right away you can see it starts to steam, and then you get the top on. So the steam goes around and cooks the top of the egg. And that's the brilliance of this technique, I think. Is it all ready at that point?
A little more?
Oh yeah, we're talking gold, like some golden little bits of brownness. It's almost time for lunch. We already had our
Oh,
breakfast.
I'm starved.
Are you
Already.
ready? Okay. I think my eggs are done. How about that, Calder?
I'd say we're bubbling away vigorously.
Beautiful. Now, look at my eggs. They are cooked all over as promised. I'm telling
Oh,
you, Calder,
yeah.
this is a great technique. All right, so let's see what you have there. Now, what I would do is let's put them each on a plate.
Careful, this is probably hot.
I know, because we're gonna taste right away. Can I use that, please?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. So we get this right there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, can you smell the Gruyere cheese? I'm gonna put
smells
that
so
there so we don't, I don't
Here.
want anybody to get burned. Turn this off and get the egg right on top. Last but not least, we need some black pepper. Calder, I know you would probably love some black pepper on that.
Black pepper fan.
There you go. It's just kind of amazingly good. Actually, that would be an incredible dinner, too. Let's taste. I mean, we still have a dinner to show you because we're doing all the meals with eggs today. But I think we should, I don't know, at least dig in and give this a taste and see if it's as good as it looks when you're building it. Well, first thing I have to do is naturally get the yolk spilled out there. Oh, and you still get that crunchiness, which is great because we took the time to really grill it properly.